Okay, in today's quick tip, I'm going to show you how I make these paint or varnish boards. I use these boards when I'm varnishing parts, and they help me to get the part up off the bench so I can get the edges, and they also help me to flip it up and get all sides, and that way it saves you time. A lot of people, I think, will do one side, let it dry, and then come back the next day, flip it up upside down and do the back. But you can get all sides when you're using something like this, and usually a workpiece has a back side to it, so you're not really that concerned with the marks that these little nails are going to put in there. What I do is I take old scrap pieces of plywood or planks. This is probably a 2x6, and I'll drill and put a nail through it. But before I put the nail through it, I'll blunt the edges. I'll take it over to the grinder and round them over just a little bit, and then hit them on the wire wheel. And I have all different sizes here. I use these for if I have, a 2 or 3 foot square piece of plywood and I need to get, both sides, I could set those on, the finished side being the, up, because I don't want these little dots in the finish. But usually a workpiece has a back side to it. Like this here is a teak mount that I'm making for my buddy, and this is the back side. I still want to seal it, but I'm not that concerned with the little dents, or not dents, but the little spot that nail is going to put in there. And a lot of times when you're building varnish, there's you may put 6, 8, or 10 coats of varnish on something, and you could sand those out, those little dots. There's another type that I use also, and I cut these on my table saw. They're like triangular pieces. When I'm doing long trim work or ceiling boards, I'll lay these out on a bench. Oh, I had to see my camera still going. Yep. I'll lay these out on a bench, and usually the ceiling boards will have a back side, so if they're new wood, you want to seal the back side, so you seal it, and then you'll put those down there, and you'll have a little line there, but it's the back side, and it's not that big of a deal. The big thing is you're able to get both sides at once. So those are a couple different types. I'm going to go ahead and seal this piece and just show you. A lot of times I'll have a big piece of plywood, 2 or 3 foot square, and I'll use a combination of these or just one and balance it. So first thing I'll do is, this is the finished side, so I'll set it on there real carefully, and I'll apply this sealer usually to the back side and the edges. This is just Interlux 1026 wood sealer, and this is a piece of teak. I'll probably put 2 coats of sealer on this, and then a couple of coats of satin varnish. So I put it on any which way, and I'm going to even it out. And I'll also, a lot of times I'll get these edges first. Not really too concerned with the underneath right now because we're going to flip it. So I'll even this out again. And this is a small piece, but it's going to be the same for the larger stuff. Okay, and then I'll take and I'll put it like this. Now this is the back side, so this really doesn't matter, and I'll just take and flip it up like this. There's a bristle right here. Then I could do the top side. And I'll leave it dry like this. And then I can pick it up and move it somewhere else. So I started making these a few years back because I wanted a way to do both sides of parts. So I'll just even this out. And they do sell those little plastic triangles, and I have some of those. So that's just the first seal coat. I'll put one more coat on the back side, the same procedure. I'll take you over and show these plastic. This is the same concept. You just lay these out, and really the tip of that nail is probably about the same as the tip of these plastic pieces. The one thing with the plank though, they're all together. So you can I make all different sizes. I have even more than this. So I just want to start up the camera and show you that. So that'll do it for the quick tip on the paint and varnish boards. All right.